Hey, Decathlon gamer, welcome back to PCM22 Dragons episode 22, and it's time for Strade Bianche, a race that we would probably do quite poorly at if not for the fact that we now have a majority of the guys here. Now that we're a week into March, they are all on fitness peaks, so a lot of good expected race day conditions is giving us, well, a bit of a chance here in this one for hanging on and, you know, maybe doing well. Dai and Yamamoto both have good race day conditions. I think Yamamoto's maybe a favorite in the overall. Dai is not much of a climber, but he's got such a good flat rating, and today +3. We'll try to get Dai into the break and see. We're already looking at more than a dozen riders up the road as Lieberman is coming forward. He's on a -2, so he's going to protect Yamamoto, as he's not going to be a favorite for the day. But Dai still pushing, and here we go into the group. 12 chasing 1 with 1 more off the front, so we're looking at maybe 14 in the break. They have about 30 seconds for the time being. Locke also on a +5. That's going to give him a 71 cobble rating. You don't need a great cobble rating for Strade Bianche, as it's all gravel, so it's basically 1 and 2 star kind of stuff over and over and over again. This group needs to get ditched. They are not pushing. In fact, they just got reeled in as we attack once again. If we can bridge this gap, there you go. Now we're looking at 6 off the front. Much smaller group, much better chance of succeeding. But again, this group is aggressively on the attack, and that is really messing up the chances. There's too many riders right now that are trying to escape. Alpasov with another really poor draw, -3 for him. A week and a half ago at Omloop, or 2 weeks ago at Omloop, he had a really poor draw that day as well. Chu, our only high cobble rated guy, has just crashed and is out the back. He's on a +5. Trying to make his way back forward to regain contact as we are hitting the first gravel section, and Dai and his group of 4 looks like they are not going to succeed in escaping today, and we're going to have to let up with him and either accept that that's not the break or try to send somebody else instead, because Dai just does not have enough energy remaining. Sprint wise, he's capable. Punch wise, he's got a 78, as you're going to need the punchiness at the end on this one. It's not going to come down to a regular sprint, so maybe there's Kang. Okay, Kang looks really good. Go ahead and protect him, and meanwhile focus on Chu for a little bit, see if he can't get back up here. We'll set him to auto. If he makes it back, he makes it back. No breakaway for the time being. Chu is back in the group, trying to make his way forward as another crash happens, including Schelling and Soler. And finally we are seeing another attack as we were getting a little recovery. So the pace lifted just a little bit. Let's go ahead and check on where Chu is on his progress. He's quit trying to work forward, but let's go ahead and get back to that. This time around, the 5 riders that have escaped have succeeded in doing so. 148 in the peloton, now 149 as it finally comes back together, and that pace is clearly lifted as you're seeing a lot of recovery in the legs of our guys. Keep an eye on that front group. Their gap slowly extending out, now exceeding 5 minutes. With very foul weather, we're seeing a lot of crashes. Of course, Chu's already been involved in one, and that could absolutely turn out to be a factor today. Keeping a position near the front of the peloton is going to be pretty important here as we're rolling through this one-star gravel, lengthy one-star gravel sector. You can see that Lieberman and Alpasov are feeling it more than anybody else in the team, as they have the negative race day conditions. Everybody else +4s and 5s means we've got the strongest chance we've ever had at success. But we're against world-class riders. So how much will we honestly expect them to do? Well, with that many good race day conditions, I certainly expect us to be competitive, but I don't think we're going to challenge for the win. But for now, as we're seeing splits in the field, 68 coming back together a little bit. 333 to the gap up front, and we're looking at 75k to go, so we are going to need to send someone to get water again. Alpasov, likely that guy, especially as he has recovered a little bit. A lot of climbing to do through here, but it's only 1 star. But again, those positive race day conditions make it a bit easier. And we're going to back up just a little bit here and increase the effort. 63k to go. Alpasov, now's the time to go ease off and grab some water. 126 in the peloton. We're going to hit the top and he's going to start coming forward shortly. Did not get dropped, so that's good. Field splits, 60. 54. Alpasov's going to finish this task, but he's not going to have much left after. Will he finish the task though? Just about gets the job done. Barely, barely, barely. Yes. Still missing lock. Still missing lock. Can he make it up there? A little descent, and he does finish the task. So Alpasov, he's exhausted. Chu is the other one, and he was protecting lock. So we'll have to kind of look between them what it is we want to do. Things are yo-yoing right now, but that front 5 is 3 minutes ahead. This one of the harder gravel sectors at 2 stars. And you're seeing a few guys go backwards rather quickly. Alpasov has been dropped. Yamamoto and Lieberman. Yamamoto needs to go forward on this climb. Use those climbing legs. Lieberman's going to be done. Dye needs to gel up. He's not going to last terribly long. And Lieberman's going to get dropped. Bardet already getting dropped. Now you can see why we had to push with Yamamoto, as these guys that were around him are going backwards. We're down to 47 in the peloton already. But we are looking pretty good. Chu is fading. Let's use Chu to protect Yamamoto. Oh, the field splits right in front of our entire team. 28 up ahead. We're not going to stay like this, but we are going to use a train to come back forward. Dye is going to go first. Dye puts his foot down to bring us back in contact with the 27 in the peloton. While we're descending here, we definitely want to go maximum speed. We drop a number of riders in the group. Yeah, they yo-yoed. We're going to connect with a number of guys in between. And Dye has us back in contact, so it's now 31 in the peloton. Let's go ahead and bring it forward, and then we will reestablish our position. Front 5 still ahead, and somehow they've opened 30 seconds on the gap, which is hard to believe. Dye finally in position, but not everybody's quite here yet. Need a little recovery. Yamamoto, Locke both struggled at times keep position, but looking at 21 guys. 21 guys. So we're going to keep Dye kind of at the front of this train, let the guys behind recover. Starting to worry about that front 5, whether they're going to be caught. Just 19 in the peloton now. It's not big names. Nance Peters is in the second group, but he's only a minute ahead. $31K to go, and we're starting to get that fair bit of recovery in the guys behind Dye. I'm keeping him at the front, keeping it in the train format, but not pushing, so that everyone behind Dye is a little bit more protected, and we can respond quickly enough if something does happen. front three, the gap to them has remained the same. The two in between, we've pulled back 30 seconds on, but the front three remain the exact same distance. But of course, that's not counting what's going to happen here in the final, 20K or so. This race is going to intensify. That gap could come down very quickly. But for now, not gaining on those guys is worrisome. Loving that there's only 19 of us here, and I've got 5 of them. We're in a fantastic position on that part, but I very much worry about the top 3. And you can see full recovery for Kang, Locke, Yamamoto only partially. And we're going to try to go forward right now with Tai. As guys behind us are gaining. So yes, we do want to start pushing here with 22K to go. It splits the field temporarily. Yo-yoed. And we're going to catch those two briefly. And you're seeing an attempted attack by Sheffield. And Dai has covered that off. I think with all the rain here and this custom version of Strade Bianche, we're seeing a definite drop in frame rate, but we're okay. Okay, so we caught the 2 riders and 1 rider. Well, a few guys gained contact, but we've dropped most of those. And we are now very much the ones taking the tempo and pushing things. 18K to go. Let's go 94 with Dai. He's not going to last much longer, but we'll put Chu. 17K now. Now we drop 4 riders down to 15. Make that 13. Dai is done. Chu's going to take over. We do not need to be going 94 or 99, that is. Just 12 left. Still chasing the front 3. One of them has been dropped, but I pulled back half a minute on the group overall. It's going to be a big, tall order to bring them back the rest of the way. Chu's going to be out of red bar here shortly, but he's got plenty of yellow. And just 10 chasing. And with 4 guys, we are guaranteeing a top 10 today. Chu going 99 without the red bar now. Pushing as hard as he can. Just 9 riders. 10K. Banner coming up here shortly. We're down to 8. We're about to catch 1 of those 3 guys. But it's still 2 minutes to the front too. I think they're going to hang on. Fight is for 3rd place on the podium. Can't believe that the breakaway has that much energy. I mean, we're going 99 and cannot pull these guys back. We've pulled back 20 seconds. Dens is being reeled in. We've made contact with him. 6K to go. We're going 99 and yet not pulling those guys back. That's just insane. Dai is over 4 minutes back already. Last climb before the final climb. And we drop off a few riders, including whoever the favorite is, Hader Van Dienabiel, and then Dens. I don't know if that's the favorites, but there's a lot of good riders behind us in the groups. Gegenhardt, Padoon, Cosnefroy, Schelling. A lot of good riders behind us. With us, Sheffield, Mahorich, and Asgreen. I have 4 of the 7 riders here, but we're still chasing those front 2. And it's a minute 45. It's not impossible. They might crack on this final climb, but it's not looking good to potentially beat them. But gels for these guys. Chu sprinting 3.3K. Locke not even able to keep up with him. Now we're looking at 2K. Chu giving the lead out. Now Locke. Front 2 have split. Asgreen on the go. 1K. And Kang giving his sprint and Locke at the front. We've got a top 10. McCann and Hordick they've hung on, which is just insane. We're gonna get a top 5 though. We're gonna get a top 5. Sheffield, Asgreen, and then Locke, Yamamoto, and Kang. 5, 6, 7, and Chu in ninth. Fantastic for the overall accumulation of points here. It's not a win, but surprising, very, very surprising with how difficult it was to form a break. And then, okay, things sat up for a while. It allowed those guys to recover, but as deep as they had to go to get that break, and then spending all day in the break with all of those graveled sectors, that is an absurdly long time for two riders from the breakaway to hang on. And the break was not, like, the chase was not an easy chase. The chase was 40k at 99 or 93 for a while, and then 99 for the last, good 20k of that. But a 93 effort for 20k and a 99 effort for close to 20k, that's insane for them to be able to hang on that long. Just the last two riders, yes, but still, for anyone to hang on for that level of effort required. Meanwhile, for us, we've got 4 riders in the top 10, a 5th in the top 20. That's going to be a very, very good overall points haul by the team on this one. And that's what we're aiming for this season. As much as, it would have been nice to get a win there, there's no way we're beating Sheffield and Asgreen. Therefore, getting as many riders up there as we can was the key, and we succeeded on that. Just surprised about those top 2, because if not for those top 2 guys, we would have had a podium with Locke. We would have had 3 guys in the top 5, but still, I'll take it. It's a good result. Some big news updates. Astana losing their sponsor. If they end up moving out of Asia, which is highly likely, then they'll lose the attraction to Kazakhstani riders, which means, well, 1, it's going to make it easier on us, but 2, a big ally in our progression of Asia is going to be lost. Probably our biggest ally. Paris has been won by Daniil Kallas. Kallas, the Estonian rider, has contributed to the popularity. So it's not an Asian nation, but it's that continued progress of the database of seeing certain nations grow. And for Tour de Suisse, we did not get in. No surprise there, as we've remained kind of 100% on track for classics, but not for the stage races. Milano Sanremo, and I fully expected that I would only be picking this up at the last 2 climbs on the way to the finish line. But then when nobody was interested in taking a break, I said, hey, I'll take the break. Taraskin jumps out easily, gets out without much effort, and was able to ride comfortably. And they allowed him to get over 6 minutes with the field just in the last little bit, deciding that they want to start pulling it back. So we were riding in the 50s, and now we're going to take on a 67 and see how long we can hold that. It's 117k to go with a 5.5 minute gap. I don't think Taraskin's going to hold on, but we're going to speed things up as we go along. But we're going to see how long he can kind of hang on to it. Meanwhile, back in the pack with a lot of race day condition bonuses, a lot of guys on fitness peaks. We've got a fairly good race day condition, though Dai has a -3, so our lead out is going to be not ideal on a day like this. Let's go ahead and get somebody to go get water. And the gap's down to under 5 minutes, 110k. So they pulled back 30 seconds. But again, we can only push so hard. In fact, I think we're going to have to back off just a little bit to a 66 and try to just hang on. Slowly pulling it back. Now 4 minutes. 94k though. I think they pulled that minute or so back in every 10k or so they're pulling back a minute. He just does not have the energy to get by and hold this. We're going to back off a little bit more and accept that he's going to get beat today. He doesn't have the energy to make it another 80k like this anyway. So here comes the pack. We will be able to get water one more time. 2.5 minutes. They seem to have backed off. They're no longer chasing as hard as before. They want him to stay away for a while, and I want him to recover for a while. So let's see if we can decrease that effort just a little bit, and we'll get water one last time. Down inside a minute. Here comes the peloton. Here's also when I was roughly planning on joining in for this stage. Taraskin getting that little bit of recovery before he gets caught, and now he can sit up. If he can get a little recovery in here, we can make use of him. I think we can just about do. Give Chu a break and put Taraskin on Oscar. Alright, we are in the undulating area before you lead up to the top two climbs. And that's where we're going to have to really put our foot down. But in the meantime, Taraskin's definitely not going to make it too long into that process. 36k to go overall, and time to turn things up. Pace has drastically picked up. No breakaway. Taraskin literally the only one all day who attacked. 28k to go. Here we go. It's on. It's on. Let's go. 84. 26k. Taraskin's gonna fade. To go ahead and get back with Oscar. And we are through the first climb. Just about cresting here. And no one has escaped. ASCII trying, but failing to get forward. And we have all but one rider. 20k to go. We will sprint train before that final climb. Try to lead our way through that. 47 in the peloton as we see a split down the hill. Somebody lost contact there. 15k. Just about time to pull things together. Even with the -3, Dai is still going to offer a better lead out than Oscar. Or is he? Okay, we want to get forward for the climb as we are just getting started on it. 9k to go. No, a little late to the party, but he gets in position. Taraskin, first rider out the back. No surprises, everyone sat inside the peloton all day, comfortably. No, is going to bring us to the top. Just about, anyway. On to ready. He's got an 81 descending. Dai is still chasing, but Reddy is attacking. 3k to go. Dai is going to start his sprint. We gave Reddy a healthy advantage, a healthy head start, and we're into the actual sprinters now. Reddy is going to get swallowed up. Schechter and Oscar, can we get a podium? Schechter getting blocked off at the finish line. Cannot find the space to get through. It's going to knock him down. Pedersen, Ewan, Van Aert, Laporte. Schechter gets 10th. Oscar 11th. Chu gets 14th. Dai gets 16th. It's an okay points haul. For a second, I thought Reddy might have it. He didn't. Schechter getting swallowed up and blocked off at the boards there on the left-hand edge hurt our position severely, as Schechter clearly had a top 5 in order, if not for getting blocked there. He tried to cut back inside. It was too late. He lost at least 5 positions. I don't think he cracks the top 3. Way too many fast, proper sprinters there. He certainly had to go early on. Yeah, getting blocked off on that left-hand edge. He had to slow up. That cost him at least 3 to 4 positions, probably 5. But like I said, the big thing for me at this point is accumulating points. Schechter, Oscar, Reddy, Chu, No, and Dai scoring some points today is a big haul for the team. I want to put us in a good place for next season as a team. And of course, we do want to have individuals. In particular, this year, we're looking at Schechter as, you know, kind of the best leader that we have. Yamamoto, otherwise, we want to take all the points we can get, because some of these nations have a training structure of 1. So a couple of results for Chu, and China's going to raise that to a 2. A couple of results for Brandon No, and Korea, I think they're at a 2, is going to raise that to a 3, so on and so forth. When they are so low, it's not going to take much. A couple of results is all it's going to take. So we are not going all in on Scheckter this year. We're going all in on the team results in the bigger races. And that is 6 guys in the top 16. That's a good team result. And again, like I said, if Scheckter doesn't get blocked off, and he's the one, of course, that we let out, he's got 5th or 6th place in that race. Unlucky on that part, but still 6 guys that highly placed absolutely adds up. That is going to do it for this episode, though. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.